5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hello and welcome everyone to Truth, Beer, and Consequences.
Woot woot.
Some woot.
What does Julia usually say?
She goes,
Yay!
Oh, hang on, I gotta do my Julia impression.
all right, do it.
Oh, hang on, start again. Yeah, do this.
Hello everyone and welcome to Truth, Beer, and Consequences.
Yay. Woot woot.
Yay and woot woot indeed.
Hello. Go ahead and do your intro, Marco.
My name is Marco, and I have been in the Cincinnati craft beer scene for quite a few years. This is the podcast where my co-hosts and I listen to and watch all the Cincinnati-based craft beer from the previous week. We get together to podcast host, and today we are back at Higher Gravity Summit Park. Back indeed. Thank you, Higher Gravity, for being a gracious podcast host. Now today, we are joined by the conduit for everything Cincy craft, the gnarly gnome.
What's cracking, homies?
All right, what's cracking, gnarly gnome?
Yeah, see, I'm very cool. I use lots of lingo.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah. Very hip and happening.
We also have a special guest today. Special guest, first time on the podcast, introduce themselves. Special guest, introduce yourself.
Hi there, I'm Chris Rail. I am kind of new to the scene, but thought, hey, I'm going to check it out today. I was in the area. I have zero obligations to do anything else.
Chris has
Heck
been
yeah.
a frequent contributor as a correspondent, I'm going to call him. On,
field correspondent.
Field correspondent on the Weekly Pint. So if you watch the Weekly Pint live, as you should, or if you watch...
The only way.
It's the only way.
Yeah, or if you watch and you see the comments come across the screen, you're going to see Chris's handiwork. Also, we have the best co-host in Podcast Landia.
Oh, thank you, Marco. I appreciate that. My name is Julia, and I like to write song parodies, especially around beer event season. And yes, thank you.
Julia,
Here is a standard quip that I usually say about a podcast that Gnome doesn't listen to, so he can't actually make one. But did you know that cheese is awesome?
Wow.
Did you know that?
I did actually know that cheese is awesome. Yeah.
Yes, everyone knows except for Marco.
Yeah.
This is Julia, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Feeling all right, Julia?
I feel great, can't you?
Okay.
What?
No, I thought maybe you're suffering with little seasonal allergies.
Cut
No
your
big
shit
deal.
out, Marco and Gnome. You're making this podcast go too long.
Okay. All right.
You guys are assholes because you're min.
Guilty. Are you sure you can't?
Should we tell people?
Did we just convince you? that-
God, we got it. We're playing a prank on you, listener. That was not actually Julia.
Wait a minute. That wasn't
That was
Julia?
not actually Julia. That was
Holy shit.
That was me.
That was you?
Yeah, I've been practicing.
Holy shit.
Can't do Morgan Freeman, but I can do Julia.
Is that what you were doing
I
during
did. Wait. I can do a Julia impression. Clarify.
Is that
do
what
a
you were,
Julia
is that
impression.
what you were practicing during the Netflix roast of
Kevin Hart. That is exactly
Hart?
what it. The 3-hour roast of Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was instead practicing my Julia impression.
Well, I tell you what, that paid off. 3 hours well spent, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Better have been the best brisket ever.
All right. Well, so the thoughts and opinions on this podcast are ours and ours alone. They do not reflect any entity which we may be affiliated with, such as full-time jobs, part-time jobs, third jobs. Let's see. Higher Gravity itself, Southridge Brewing Company, major drug manufacturers in the Cincinnati
Minor drug
area.
manufacturers.
Minor drug manufacturers in the Cincinnati area.
Molson Salt.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's really for Julia and myself.
Yes.
And then Chris and the Gnarly Gnome can speak to whoever they want,
Look,
really.
all of my thoughts and opinions, because of 513 Day, are representative of Grippos, which aren't dicks. I'm a little mad. I'm a little mad.
They're not dicks,
but
and
Grippos are pretty good. But they're not dicks.
they're not dicks, and they're they're never going to be dicks.
No, they can't.
Nope. Chris?
I speak for the people that can't speak for themselves.
All right.
Okay, very good. So is that?
It's Julia.
Oh, okay.
Today, she is not allowed to
Yeah.
speak for herself.
She did tell me I'm supposed to keep track of you guys, but I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. I'm not sure.
She hasn't figured it out either.
No. All right. So we do the real work around here, folks. We're not like those fake ass podcasts out there. And you know who you are, you
Yeah,
fake
you
ass
know.
podcasts. We really have beverages on this podcast. We started off. I don't know if the pre-show is going to make
No,
it.
that's for like the
Patreon members?
Yeah. Your
So
Gnomies.
we started off with farts, liquid farts, and
Julia decided that we call them truthers, right?
truthers,
Truthers, yeah.
Truthers.
Your Patreon.
truth and
Yeah.
truth.
Nope,
and
just truthers.
consequences?
It's easier just to keep
Consequences?
it nice and short. Truthers.
Truthers.
Yeah.
Okay.
We decided that tonight was going to be the official vote for that, right? So we
Okay.
should vote.
Yeah,
all
we
in
should all
favor,
vote.
say aye.
Well, since Julia's here,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
let's all take a vote.
Aye. Aye. Yeah, I think it.
Aye.
I think it passes. I think
we
it's
go.
truthers.
All right.
Shout out to all the truthers.
It's a movement. How about
Yep.
that?
Yep.
We put a little fiber on it, and boom, there it is. So, then let's see. Guess, Chris.
Yes.
What you drinking?
Right now, I have a Cincy Light watermelon sea salt.
That's very summary of you.
All righty.
How is it? Does it taste like the sea?
It has a little bit of the fake watermelon smell, but you don't get that fake watermelon taste.
So is it real watermelon taste or no watermelon taste?
It tastes like dirty water, kind of,
Hey,
Yum.
all right now.
All right.
which is what real watermelon actually tastes like.
Like water out of a nasty bathroom in a watermelon factory, maybe?
Maybe that's where they make that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a little bit of sea salt now that I'm actually read that, hey, there's sea salt in this. I am now tasting that. But beyond that, you get a little bit of the dum-dum smell, but you don't get the dum-dum
Would you like
taste.
it to go further with the sea salt? Do you want it a little more goza-ish with the sea
Oh,
salt?
yeah.
I think it's just right. Any heavier sour, it would be probably not good to taste.
Personally, I like my watermelon with a little of tahini. That's the way to do it.
tahine.
But just a
Yes. And if you're really right, you just carry that bottle around, that jar around with you everywhere you go.
in the
anyway.
summertime, that is a good call.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Goes on pretty much everything.
Little tahine, little ch-ch-ch-ch.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Marco?
I've got a new one. This is from Masthead Brewing Company. It's a Masthead IPA.
Okay. IPA, is that a new style for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
You've
you
never had one before,
Are you
huh?
enjoying?
This is pretty good.
Okay.
This is pretty good. It's not
Turns
soft.
out you might like hops.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It turns maybe. I mean, by volume, Pilsner guy.
Okay. Well, at one time that was considered hoppy.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I got an
Gnome?
IPA too. I haven't sipped it yet though. This is called Galaxy High. It's from a little brewery called Mad Tree. Oh yeah, that's good.
Can you
Big-
taste the galaxy?
If the Galaxy tastes like tropical fruit, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never licked a Galaxy before, but that makes sense. That
Can
yeah.
you taste the high?
No, don't taste the high.
Wow. All right. What a miss.
Well, yeah,
Just a bit outside.
it's good beer.
All right. Well, glad to hear that. Everybody, I think, is enjoying what they have in their glass. If not, speak now or just chug it. Either way. Let's get into what the content is going to be today, or what we're going to cover as content today. Normally known, what did you watch and listen to last week?
A little bit of everything. So there was. I feel like I watched the Cincy Brew dads all week.
Cincy Brew Dads.
Just constantly. I feel like there was a lot of that. But
A lot of Cincy Brew Dads content out there.
of course, I had to go find Barstool Perspective because again, something's wrong with my live feed.
They don't alert you to this.
It's very strange. I keep waiting for it and it doesn't appear live.
Waiting for the live stream to change.
Then we had the Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads.
The Styles Clash.
Styles Clash.
I feel like it needs a good voiceover for that.
Styles Clash.
Styles Clash.
Has to be opposite of Cincy Brew Dads.
Right. And then there wasn't there a thing at the end? Didn't it hit a stamp at the end like Styles Clash Cerveza or something like that? Wasn't it
something like that? I listened. I didn't watch. I think you can watch. I'm not sure. I saw some kind of video on like the Instagram or something, but I listened to the Brewery Underground podcast.
I watched.
Ooh, look
so
at
I
you.
took in this content onto the YouTube.
Okay. Featuring Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads.
And then, of course, the Weekly Pint.
TWP.
Gnome.
Gnome. Here we go. Cheers.
Where are we starting?
Let's see. Chris, how long do you have? How much time do you have on your hands?
I am here until I have decided not to be here anymore.
So probably longer than I have.
Yes.
Where are we starting?
Let's start with our guests. Let's let guests pick.
Okay.
Let's go Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew
so
Dads.
That would be the Styles Clash.
Okay.
Because the Cincy Brew Dads were guests
That's right.
on the Craft
That's
Brewery
right.
Underground.
You are right
The
for once.
Underground podcast.
Yes. Okay.
So, Cincy Brew Dads, Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads.
Styles Clash. They had, usually, there are 4 or cuatro beers.
Quattro. Oh, look at you.
Cuatro.
We all know that Marco can speak Spanish.
That's not necessarily the case. But I listened to the Cincy Brew Dads,
go back
and that's
to-
what they said.
Was that
Cuatro.
last week?
Yeah, it was last
Go back
week.
to last week. You can hear how Marco speaks Spanish.
Yes. You don't.
You can hear how we all speak Spanish.
Yeah. Yes. However, in this episode, because it was a Mexican lager themed, they did Cinco for Cinco de Mayo.
And that, dear listener, is 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yes. 1, 2, 5. 4, sir. 3, sir.
Right. There was a little bit of that during this episode, actually, what happened. So
Did I ever tell you the story about my youngest kid, how he can speak Spanish?
Tell us the story.
I don't know if I've told this on this show before.
But please do.
It's
Even
a great
if you have,
story,
please
though. It's
do.
great,
Tell it again.
great memory for me. So we were at the
Good content.
the
Good
Children's
content.
Museum in Indianapolis.
Yep. No,
and
I've heard it. Let's go.
Was it on this show?
Yeah. Let's go. Say it again.
Okay, I'm sorry. He was probably
Well, it may
like,
have been on the Weekly Pint.
I don't know. He was probably 3 years old, and he they're playing in like the dinosaur stuff, and there's like this hole that you crawl in, like a kid hole, like you're
Yeah.
crawl inside the kid hole.
Yeah.
And he was wanting to crawl inside the hole.
Tube.
Yeah, it
Of
was like
sorts.
just like a hole, like in a rock. And you
Okay.
crawl inside there, and then there's a bubble you stick your head in, and not like a kid hole, like it's a hole in a rock for kids.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
He's waiting for his turn to crawl into the hole because there's other children playing in the hole. And he's waiting very patiently like a good 3-year-old. And eventually these children come out, and he's very social and a very nice guy. However, these children did not speak English. They spoke Spanish. Without missing a beat, man, he's still just on his social, like I'm still going to be friends with everybody. He waves at them, and he says, "Hola! Yo soy Dora!" And then he passes right by him and crawls right in the hole and continues playing. Dear listener, that means, hello, I am Dora.
Yes.
That is still the best thing I've heard today.
It is one of my favorite Spanish-speaking moments in my life. If I've told that story on the show, I apologize. Deal with it.
You don't have to apologize. We get new listeners all the time.
That's true.
What's really tough is when you go to watch this, everything is golden, yellow, and fizzy. Very tough. They even
Sure.
said that there's a Mexican amber that they had that they're going to review later because they didn't want to fuck up the whole proceedings with a Mexican amber, lager. They don't really know, or they say what they believe distinguishes a Mexican lager from others, which they said is corn or maize in the grist bill. Yes.
Doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to. Yeast can.
Doesn't have
Change,
to.
doesn't have to. I think mainly brewer's intent is really what it is. Can I make golden fizzy? Is it not going to be necessarily put into the Pilsner category? Is it not going to necessarily be put into the Czech Pilsner category?
Right.
And will lime make it better or worse?
They did mention that they weren't going to lime anything because they wanted to taste the beer as it was.
I respect that.
I respect it, but what I would have liked is for them to come back and limed everything then gave us an opinion. But an opinion first on each.
Two separate opinions.
Two separate
Here's
opinions.
my regular opinion. Here's my opinion with lime.
Correct.
With lime.
Okay.
Avec
Yes.
lime. Oh, that's French. I'm sorry.
Lime pinion.
A lime pinion.
Yeah.
So, but in true Cincy
Brunettes.
fashion, they went through all of these. They said their tasting notes, which are all very similar to each other. They did mention that one maybe stood out versus the other. I have to imagine it's for very subtle differences
Sure.
because of the way that these beers present so similar to each other. And then Matt, like Ryan's like, let's rate them 1 through 5. And Matt's like, yes. However, I'm going to rate not right to left as you're watching on your television screen. I'm going to call them out 1 through 5 as I like them, in random order.
Sure.
From
That's the best way
left
to
to
rate
right.
things, random order.
So Ryan's like, that's preposterous. And he's like,
El preposterous.
El preposterous.
Yeah.
El preposteroso.
Well, they spoke Spanish throughout most of the episode.
And so then they all rated 1 through 5. And then they came back around and they gave their guesses on what the breweries were.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I don't want to give anything away necessarily as to the final guesses. They had Street Side, Third Eye, Fretboard, and I forget what the last two were.
Well, as it turns out, the Cincy Brew Moms actually replaced all of them with Corona.
Yeah. So they all tasted. They
all tasted very similar because they were all Corona.
Oh, this one's Fretboard, and this one's Third Eye. And it's like, nope. You know what? They're all Corona. Gotcha, bitch.
Teach you guys to go brewery hopping every month.
Any other thing to add on this release, this episode, this drop of Cincy Brunettes?
I really like how they mix up from week to week, and they throw these style clashes in there to kind of give us these longer videos where they're kind of breaking things down. I think it's fun. I like what they're doing. I
do.
I'm a big fan of the Cincy Brew Dads.
Yeah, style clashes, variety shows, seasonal variety packs, the things that they do, the 2 or 3 different beer tastings they do a week. Good
really
cadence of content.
It does remind me too, and we'll probably talk about this later when we talk about the Brewery Underground podcast, but it reminds me of drinking beers with my friends, especially like when I was like really like headfirst into just figuring out craft beer and getting into as much craft beer as I possibly could. And that's what you would do. Like you would go and you'd get a variety pack, and then you would sit there with your friends and drink the whole thing. Or you'd go to Jungle Gyms or wherever and pick up a mix 6 of all the same style and then sit there and drink them all and kind of compare and contrast them. And like that's I think that if anybody is looking to become a better beer drinker or learn more about beer, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You got to do it that way.
I agree.
So I really appreciate that about what they're doing.
Awesome. We have notes
I tattooed here on my forearm the sip count. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, let me look. Okay. So if my tattoo is correct, I've got Ryan at 46.
See?
Okay. Matt at 56.
CC, very good.
So if I do the quick math, in 23 minutes, that's 102 sips. Is that right?
See?
My math? And then if I do the math on that.
To say 100 in Spanish escapes me. I forgot.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I don't remember.
L100.
All right.
So that's like
204 ounces.
204 ounces, which it's what? Like, if just off the top of my head, something where around like 12.75 pints?
Yeah, I agree.
Does that sound right?
Yep. Matt checks out.
Yeah. All right. That's
All right.
that's impressive.
That's impressive.
That's a
It's pretty good.
It's a good little session for 23 minutes.
We should do that right now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it right now.
Yes.
All right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
We're going to do 12.75 pints and be right back.
Right back.
So, we are back.
Okay, I'm on the wrong side of the table too, so the hand signals
Where's
don't really
Julia?
work over here. Back! Here, let's try it, okay? 1, 2, 3. Back! Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, awesome.
Good job, guys.
Awesome.
Very good.
All right, so we have 3 pieces of content that we can cover today, or we can choose not to, whatever. But typically, if we announce that we're going to cover something,
Yeah, we should.
will.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do.
Speaking of things that we're not going to cover today, go and watch the past 3 or 4 Raj Beer Venture reviews of a bunch of Cincinnati beers, 2 or 3 different Sam Adams beers, a Third Eye beer, and I believe also a Mad Tree beer. So that's maybe 5, whatever. Go and watch those. Good reviews. Of what we said we were going to cover, we still have the Brewery Underground podcast with the Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads!
We still have a Barstool Perspective, Brews News, Barstool Perspective.
Not live. Not live.
Not live. And then we have the Weekly Pint.
I was there for that.
TWB.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Gnome. All right, so we had Chris pick one. We're going to go around the table. No,
We got to break up the dads, so
Okay.
keep them aside for now.
let's split up the dads.
Let's
It's
go
like a
Weekly
custody
Pint.
thing.
Go Weekly Pint.
TWB.
Yeah.
TWB.
I know the Gnome.
All right, I've met him once or twice. So Gnome started out. Full disclosure, I was still at work. Well, I was still driving home from work when the Weekly Pint started, which means the Gnarly Gnome started almost at his 9:30 start time, which was
Almost.
So close.
so close,
I was close.
which was a Herculean achievement after what the Gnarly Gnome described as
I'm right here. You can say you, because I'm right
you.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So you-
I described.
yeah.
I did describe
Actually,
things.
it would be better if you spoke about yourself in the third person.
Okay. Well, the Gnome, I can't do that. That's
Can't
weird.
do it?
That's
Okay.
weird. It makes me feel weird.
That makes you feel
Weirder than I already am.
Okay, now that makes you
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Very good. So the Gnarly Gnome explained basically that
I'm
You-
right here. You explained.
you
I'm right here.
explained that as a last minute fun way to create chaos.
Yeah, my wife just left.
Mrs. Gnome just had to leave.
Yeah.
And you had, if you held to your deadline, you had 30 minutes
Yeah.
to feed young children and to get them to bed. Now,
So-
I just want to know. I know what feeding children means. I know conceptually what getting children to bed means, but
'Kay.
does this mean to sleep or just in bed?
It's just in bed. Like
Okay.
they've been
Got it.
playing all night. They're not going to stay awake very long. But
Okay.
let me draw this picture of what my life looks like.
Please
So
draw, yes.
the boy right now is
Do you
on.
need my chest to draw on?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
No, there's too much hair.
Shoot.
No.
I don't know that I've ever seen your chest, but I assumed that there was no hair on it. So my youngest is currently on antibiotics, and his entire life he's just a terrible medicine taker. So it's a fight. Like he's one of those kids that you had to like hold down with the little like medicine syringe and shove it in his mouth and squirt it down his throat. And
Even if they
hold his
even
little
if they
face.
put the little droplets of flavoring.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. His entire life he's just been terrible. They also don't like to go to bed. They like hanging out as late as they possibly can.
That's what the cool kids do.
And my wife kind of lets them do that because she's the cool mom. And then they're also
the not cool mom.
No, they're also very picky eaters. So dinner is always a fight. Always a fight. So keeping all that in mind, my wife bolts out the door at 9 p.m. I'm like, oh,
perfect timing.
here we go. And so I got the kids and I sat them down and I said, listen up, you wonderful children.
Yeah.
You listen up right now to
WCs.
me. And I said,
Water closet?
I got a half hour. I have a half hour before you guys need to be in bed. And by in bed, I don't care if you sleep on the couch because I'm trying to be fun dad.
Yeah.
Like you can sleep right there on the couch in the living room. We can have a little camp out. I don't care. It's almost summertime. And but I need it done in a half hour. My kids are like, all right, we can do that.
They were like,
And I'm like, wait,
so
what?
Like, what kind of cashola are we talking about?
And I said, all right, well, first we got to do dinner. And I don't want any shenanigans. And my kids were like, okay. And my sons, I want pancakes, frozen pancakes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Those are ready
Frozen
in 2 minutes.
pancakes, stick them in the microwave, 70 seconds.
Oh, hell yeah.
Beep, beep, ready to go.
Beep, beep.
And then I'm like, all right, so older kid, daughter, what do you want? She's like, well, I'm not going to be happy with frozen pancakes. I said, that's all right.
Because she's older.
And she's like, and I know you probably don't want to make spaghetti right now. I said, nope, don't want to make spaghetti right now.
Definitely not.
She said,
beef
what about
Wellington.
like,
Yeah, skip the beef Wellington.
what about like
It's raw.
scrambled eggs? And I'm like, yeah, we can do scrambled eggs. So
Scrambled egg.
30 more seconds.
So fast.
30 more seconds. Dinner's done.
Is she a 2-egg or 3-egger?
She was a 3-egger, but the dog ended up getting probably at least an egg worth. So she's a 2-egger.
A 2-egger.
But finished dinner, and I'm like, okay, look, we got 15 minutes, guys. Got to go to bed. And they're like, okay. And they start getting in bed. And then the boy, he's like, wait a minute, Dad. I forgot to take my medicine. And I'm like, you did, but I'm still cleaning up from dinner. You're going to have to wait a second. My daughter was like, I'll get his medicine. She walked over and opened the child safety lock, which is an issue, but she opened that.
Wonderful.
Got him his pills. He sat there and just took his pills. And they both just went to bed like normal human beings.
Okay.
It was a perfect night,
Hell yeah.
which means that they probably are burning the house down right now.
Yeah.
That's
So
science.
then you get downstairs to the Gnarly Gnome Tavern,
To the studio,
to the studio.
which I cleaned this week,
Right.
so it's perfect.
Nice.
Everything was perfect, except when halfway through the show, I hit stop. It's trying to change the camera, and I hit stop.
Let's be clear. This wasn't my fault.
No,
This was at a. You covered several. So there was over 15 minutes of intro and the Rumspringa or the ruminations,
Rumination.
and then there was a mention of a website or an Instagram page, and you went to check out that Instagram page.
Yeah.
Which is when some of the shenanigans happen.
By shenanigans, I pushed the wrong button and
Correct.
stopped the stream. But in typical, like, oh my God, I did something wrong fashion, I just pushed it again real fast and hoped that nobody would notice.
Mother's Milk or something like. What was the name of it?
It was Mother's,
Mother's
Milk.
Milk, yeah.
Yeah. Mommy, I need milk.
Don't do that again.
Whew, I just got a weird shiver on that one.
Oh,
I mean,
that's too far.
I
Okay.
mean, if somebody can like extrude boozy milk from their teats, that's kind of cool.
Call us.
Yeah, I mean,
Gnome at gnome.com.
I will definitely.
Gnome at GnomeCreative.com.
I will definitely interview you for some kind of show. But if like a person is like, if they're like,
Bro.
if they're lactating booze, it would be wrong not to drink it, right?
Well, the first thing is you have to prove it.
Well, there's only one way to prove it.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Yeah,
requires gunpowder.
I mean, it could be low proof booze.
Right.
You don't need that much gunpowder.
Would you consume?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Would you consume an RTD that was called Mother's Milk?
I think that's an unfair question to some of us at this table because I think part of, I don't want to say there's necessarily an obligation, but part of what we do is do the things so that you can get information from us. And you, the
Sure.
listener.
We do it for science.
Correct.
And it really depends on the can art.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. The can art was not that great for such a
It really was
strange
A
product.
juicy topic.
Yeah.
It looks like
Okay, so-
it looks like they found drop shadow on Photoshop and just went with it.
Separate yourself from the content creation side of what you do. Would you drink boozy milk
No.
RTD? You would not. You'll not pick it up.
No.
Okay. Yeah, me either. Gross.
I mean, after that,
Drank some farts.
yeah. Drank some
Farts.
farts. Yeah.
Drank some weed beer.
You did some label approvals.
Did some label approvals.
Yeah, they were all approved, I heard.
Yeah. Everything has been approved.
The tramp stamp of approval.
Wow. All right. Let's see what else. There was a discussion about, the way that you might try to umbrella the content under Cincy drinks, maybe.
Yeah.
Not really change anything to the way
It's
that
kind
we're.
of a quip at the end, but yeah. So there might be a podcast feed, we'll say, that just has all of the podcasts under it, and
I hear to the ones that are deep in the know that already exist.
it already exists. It's just not. It's not a. It's not really a public podcast feed. It's out there, and you can find it, but it's.
Yeah.
It's not on all the platforms, we'll say.
Chris, what other notes did you have on the Weekly Pint?
Most of the Weekly Pint, I think I caught the first half of it and then took a phone call halfway through. So unfortunately, I have to catch the rewatch. to
Oh,
finish
so you
it.
missed the farts.
Yeah, unfortunately I did, but I got to taste it firsthand here.
Yeah,
So
Yeah. Glad we could.
We drank
Share-
farts before the
share
show. For
farts.
anybody that's not a truther, you missed that.
Yeah. No, any other notes that we didn't cover?
I don't think so. Did you count my sips and my sniffs? Because those count for me.
Hold on a second.
You did count, didn't you? So I didn't tattoo this one because I was busy making a show.
Por favor.
That's Spanish for all of you non-Spanish speakers. It means one memento, please.
So the
I will
Weekly
give you
Pint
as your memento
episode
this.
313.
It means something else. It must mean. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
I give you
Okay.
a memento.
Gotcha.
uno momento.
Uno momento. Sniffs. 20, which is 20.
Okay.
Sips. 11, is at 11. Total in a 1 hour and 20 minutes. 31, which is 31.
Oh.
That means 62 ounces
Good math. Good math, man.
and 3.875 pints in 1
Oh.
hour and 20 minutes. You know what? We can do that. We can do that
I
right
I
now.
think so.
I already
do it
did
right
that.
now?
I already did that
Absolutely.
twice.
Yeah. All right, let's do it right now.
All right.
Heck yeah. Do we need to take a break or we should keep moving?
Yeah, we can take it.
Take a break?
Quick.
Okay.
Real quick.
We'll be back.
With the quickness.
Sound effect.
All right, we are back. All right, we're back. We have 2 more pieces of content to go over, maybe, hopefully. I have a new beer. I have Headhunter. The only reason I have Headhunter is because I spent way too long looking for Galaxy High to see that all the singles were gone.
Oh, did I drink the last one?
Oh, you got the last.
All the singles were gone. Now, technically speaking, those of us in the know, or those who work here, know that all you need to do is take a 6-pack, take it to the bartender, and say, "Can I get a single of this?" And they should, parse it out for you. But my guy, producer Josh over here, he had some people that very desperately needed some margaritas.
I respect that.
I do as well.
And those require labor.
Yeah.
And so I was not going to ask him to do a little extra effort because there's also a touch of computer work where you need to move some things around.
Sure.
They're not available in 6-packs. Now they're in singles and such and such. Doesn't take that long, but not going to ask producer to do that on a night like tonight where people need their margs.
Yeah.
That being said, Chris, do you have a new beer?
Yes, I have a Citrus Sue from Toppling Goliath Brewing Company.
I've heard of them. Gnome, you're still working on...
Same thing, yeah. Galaxy
thing.
High.
Galaxy High. All right, so we have Barstool Perspective, Brew's News, and then we have Cincy Brew Dads.
Well, Brewery Underground podcast.
Brewery Underground.
Featuring.
Correct.
Featuring
Featuring Cincy Brew Dads.
Tupac. Sorry.
Well, it's the 2 of them.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
They are a 2-pack.
They are a 2-pack.
A pack of 2.
They come in 2s.
Yeah.
Let's go
So-
Barstool.
Let's go Barstool.
Go Barstool.
Barstool. All right, so we are back in the saddle again with Mike brings the D. Morgan and Bret has the hair Coleman Baker.
Yeah.
So the 2 of them are joined again for one of the best things that's coming out in Cincinnati craft content.
One of the worst things for drunks that want to invest in things, though.
Yeah.
It's been bad for that, but
Yeah, it's been bad.
great beer content.
It's been bad. I also want to say right from the top, I want to congratulate the 2 of them for not going down a Tilray rabbit hole this time.
Yeah.
For those of you who had that on your bingo card or in your futures, you lost.
Dang it.
It's a good bet, always.
I think it's a good bet, always. But they started off, let's see, with, I believe it was Stone Brewing, which was sold from Sapporo to Duvel. That's Duvel Mortgott, right?
Duvel.
Duvel.
Mortgood.
Mortgott.
I don't know how to say Mortgood.
So they own Boulevard. They own Duvel.
Do we want to know what Tilray is doing right now?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Okay, so here's your Tilray update since they didn't update us.
I wish we had a little...
It's good. Oh, it's good.
Oh, it's good?
Yeah.
Here's your Tilray update. If we had like a little stock exchange, like...
I'm not doing that, but yeah, okay. $5.41 is what it's trading at currently.
$5.41.
$5.41.
I'm pretty sure if I put my turds on the stock exchange, I could get $5.41.
Pretty sure that is the
or my
lowest
farts.
Yeah,
it
this
has
beer
been
costs more than
in
that.
a very long time. It's not the lowest it's been, but it is pretty freaking low.
Well, the lowest has been almost had it off the whole stock exchange.
Well, but I mean with the
after the stock split.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Irwin
if you factor the stock split into it and account for that,
still want to slit your
the
wrists.
lowest it has ever been is like 360 maybe in the last year.
So nobody believes he's going to make Brewdog into anything.
Probably ever.
That's Irwin Simpson, right? And his dogs.
Yeah, and his
Old
not his
Irwin.
kids, his dogs. Dog.
What the fuck? All right. So started off with Stone being sold to Duvel. And they said, yeah, Duvel it's an okay beer. It's a good beer, okay beer. It's like it's not in some of the other sort of Belgian-esque platitudes.
Right.
I don't know how to feel about that.
They made the point that being purchased by Duvel has not been great for anybody long term. Like it does, the product eventually gets worse. I haven't seen that with Firestone from my little experiences that I've had with them.
3 Firestone Walker beers. However, for the first time, all have been very good beers.
Yeah, they make great beer.
I have nothing to benchmark them against other than the style itself, and they've all been good.
So I don't know that it's going to be bad.
It can't be worse than being owned by Sapporo, which was trying to squeeze the life out of you so you could just keep making Sapporo.
Well, and they were. I mean, they were just using Stone to crank out Sapporo.
Right.
But Stone no longer has like its own spot. Like it's
closing
it's now just another brand that's owned by a company,
yes.
Which I don't know that's a good thing.
Well, people being out of work is a bad thing.
Well, I don't know that anybody's out of work. I don't know.
But they're closing locations.
They are not closing locations.
They're not.
I believe that as of right now, well, maybe they're closing West Coast.
They're closing locations from what I have heard.
Yeah, probably. Well, so like Richmond is staying open,
yes,
but it's just
Richmond's staying open.
It's just shifting.
Yeah. This is less bad news than being bought by other entities.
Yes. This is hopefully a push in the right direction for them.
All right.
Hopefully.
And then, let's see. What else did the almighty powers of the booze news talk about? Missing Link Fest is coming back on June 6th. Missing Link Fest at Urban Artifact.
So?
It's going to be a bunch of beers with Missing Link yeast. The Sasquatch calling contest is coming back. So please support Urban Artifact and all the local breweries and non-local breweries that are bringing that to Urban Artifact.
We did get an update from Alexandria Brewing on their food. I'm hoping it's soon.
Mm-hmm. We did.
I work nearby there, and I'm looking forward to stopping in for lunch.
They talked about Keystone Ice being
Keystone
back.
Ice is back. I forget which ice it was. I almost picked one up at my local grocer just to send you a picture, and Julia, of a picture of an ice beer. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, well, is this for just a picture, or do I feel obligated to drink it?
Yeah, I mean...
And then when I thought, well, I need to drink it, and I was like, well, then I might get it another day because I didn't feel iced.
Ice beer didn't go anywhere, right?
No.
It never went away.
No, it never went away.
Like, there was, like, Milwaukee's best ice has always been hanging out in the cooler.
Doobie doobie doo.
But
I don't think it didn't go away. It's just
specifically Keystone?
Yeah, I mean, I think these big beer brands tried to find the next thing, the next wave to ride. Ice was one of them.
What is it?
Well, we've proven that Apple is not too far. We've proven that Shandy's not too far. We've proven that, just high ABV is not too far.
No, but when you say ice beer, in my head, I go to like Eisbach or things like that, like ice distilled beer. And when I was an early beer drinker, I always assumed that's what these ice beers were. It was like, hey, you took, Budweiser and you froze off, a little bit, and
Froze
you
off
kind of
some of
freeze
it.
distillation. You made a higher strength beer.
Well,
I don't think that they're doing that.
you froze it to a point where water froze and more of
Yeah.
the alcohol was
Yeah,
left
but
behind.
I don't think that that's what they're doing. I don't think that's what Keystone Ice is. I don't think they're freezing anything.
So you're saying there's no ice at all. They're just making a higher ABV product.
I don't think they're making anything higher ABV. I think, and if anybody doesn't know this, a lot of these larger breweries are taking a higher
they're taking
ABV.
the higher ABV product and watering it down to be
They're watering it down less than they already water it down.
correct.
It has nothing to do with ice. It has nothing to do with freeze distillation. It's all a gimmick. It's all just a name that they're using that is a
And
bastardization of what ice beer actually is.
So if you can make a, let's say, 8% lager, and then you can take some of that and sell it as 8% ice beer,
Yeah.
7.8% ice beer,
Yeah.
and the rest of it you can
Water down to 5% or
water
whatever.
it down and send it in two different ways. You send it and you water it down to 5.2%.
Yeah.
And then you send it and you filter it again to
Yep.
make it 4.8%, and it becomes something even lighter.
Yeah.
Then now you've taken this one massive
You're
product
you're
and turned
taking
it into
you're,
three
you're
different
taking
SKUs.
one batch of beer and just presenting it 47 different ways.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. I believe they're doing that. I believe they're pulling the wool over our eyes. What else? What else did we talk about or listen to or watch?
They talked about the Rolling Stones a little bit. That's not important.
Yeah,
They,
I don't know about that.
They a big topic. Kash Patel. They were
Yeah.
very
Kash
interested
Patel.
in his missing Woodford Reserve.
Sorry, I did an impression there
Marcos-
that only
Marcos doing an impression.
those on the live stream can see.
Unfortunately, both the eyes were looking at the same thing.
Any thoughts on missing Woodford?
I just want to know, with somebody of means, if they had a stash of Woodford bottles, a personal stash of Woodford
Yeah.
bottles that they had in their own name or profession, would we find this curious or interesting? Could be both. Because somebody is elevated to the position that they're at, are they all of a sudden supposed to not do that?
The problem's the internet. It's all the internet is the problem behind all of this. Like, we just shouldn't know about it. Like, we shouldn't know that any of this is going on. We shouldn't be able to pay attention to it. Like, I
don't think it makes him a hero or a heel. I
we
think
just
this is,
know about it.
I agree. I don't think I should know about it. I
Yeah.
think if I was somebody who, back pre-internet, was a neighbor of Kash Patel's for any reason, and I went over to Kash Patel's house, and he's like, "Would you like some Woodford?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like some Woodford." And he pulled out a bottle that was laser etched, and it said Kash Patel.
It's also not just laser etched. It has a big, giant, like, metal medallion on the bottle. That's not even as crazy as the picture that I saw.
I think it's cool.
The sad thing is, I've got a laser engraver. I can do that with all of my bottles if I'd like.
but it's
just-
like, but it's like, how many?
But that has no bearing on whether
How
he
many
can do or
people
not do, the job.
this? Like,
No, we know
not
he
that I
can't do the
not that I
job.
That
love
doesn't
Kash
have any
Patel,
bearing
but
on
Not
it.
exactly.
That doesn't have any bearing on whether he can or can't do the job. I don't care if the guy,
it's just
has
another
fun.
thing to get pissed off about. Is all it is. Like, I just don't want to be pissed off anymore. I'm tired. I'm tired of being pissed
We're
off.
tired. Just tired, boss.
Is that a Green Mile reference?
It was.
Okay.
They also got a little heated about the state of politics here in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call it a rant, but it was a little rant-like, just about Cincinnati.
Well, what I would say is that if you're hungry for a rant, much like Duran Duran was hungry like the wolf, if you're hungry for a rant, just go to Brew Sky's Booze News.
Yeah.
And you usually will find
There's
a
good
pretty
rant.
epic rant.
If not
once a
every week. If not every week, at least once every 2 weeks.
Well, once every 2
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah. Yeah. Which
Tequila,
is fun.
Tequila's healthy,
I think that
or everybody thinks tequila is healthy.
I think everyone thinks tequila's healthy.
Well, I mean, it's all natural, so why not?
But it's the same thing as like all of like when gluten was a big like thing that was going on. Everybody's like, oh, I
Gluten is
don't drink
evil.
gluten.
Yes.
I have to drink vodka because it doesn't have gluten, and it's like, well, none of it has gluten. None of the booze has gluten, and
Very few carbs as well.
yeah.
By the way, it doesn't matter if it's vodka or if it's bourbon.
Yeah, if you're trying to drink lighter, we'll say not healthy because
Should stick to
if
water.
you're drinking, it's not healthy. It doesn't matter if you're drinking bourbon or gin or tequila or vodka or any of that. It's all distilled spirits. If it's about the same proof, it's gonna be about the same.
Now, where it changes and where you may not know, maybe in these flavored malt beverages.
Yeah.
Like the Fireball, that's on the lower
Oh,
proof,
yeah.
where you're getting an FMB instead
Yeah.
of the actual liquor.
Or if you're
Fireball.
mixing it with something.
Correct. Or if you're mixing it with something.
But I am a big fan, if you're wanting a light, tasty beverage, to go with a whiskey highball. Whiskey, soda water,
Balls.
balls, a little dip.
Yeah.
And that's if you want to drink a little lighter, that's the way you do it.
Yep.
They also, I completely forgot what they were talking about how alcohol might be the next tobacco.
No.
No, I don't think so either.
No. We've already tobacco.
Have we?
To the extent that it's going to be. I don't think there's going to be.
They mentioned in the show that tobacco is still the leading cause of preventable death in this country. I love cigars. Am I a tobacco user? I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah,
If
but
my
they
health
also-
insurance is listening, I'm not a tobacco user. But
Yeah, correct.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've checked no on that one.
Yeah.
And they talked about, I think it was 2 weeks ago, about, was it Europe or Ireland?
It's not the full UK. I think it's just England, or is that right?
Yeah. if you
Whatever.
were
Go back
if you
in
were
time.
born after
Go.
2005, you just can't get a tobacco product ever
That's
in your life.
insane.
It's insane to me. Like, I don't know how that happened. Look, I'm not telling you it's healthy. I'm not telling you you should have it. But I'm here to defend your right to have it.
Yeah.
Yes. Make your own decision on whether or not you want it or not.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's insane. It's not a good precedent.
And when me and Marco say something is insane, there's a problem.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Way
can-
too off the rails.
Put that on a t-shirt.
And we have, for Barstool Perspective,
Oh, Grandpa Marco has his glasses on, looking at his notes.
we have Mike brings it E. Morgan with a 16 sips.
Okay.
Bret with 33 sips.
Oh, whoa. That's like double.
Producer Dan cracks a can. A can of beer. That's not slang for him getting booty.
We we count his quips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Total 37 minutes, 50 countables, 100 ounces. That's 6.25 pints
Okay.
in 37 minutes. Congratulations, folks.
That's pretty good. I'm always disappointed though. Like I feel like Brew guys should be better than they are. I don't know if it's the schooner that does it for me. Like I just feel like there should be lots of sipping.
I think what it is, you want your extremely serious rants plus booze news plus everything they do with more alcohol.
It's called
intake.
booze news.
You want more alcohol.
What kind of booze
intake.
news has less booze?
And
and
tipping on the occasional too much booze in the news.
Yeah, we need too much booze. We need more too much booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that we're on the same page with this.
On that,
It has been written.
on that,
We're good.
yeah, I'll be right back.
Oh, damn. All right.
Keep going.
All right. Well, no, I'm going to get a beer then. If we're taking a break. We're back. Back. Marco, we're back.
Back.
We have one more, right?
Yep. All right, so we have the longest piece of content that was published last week.
My nickname in high school, the longest piece of content that was published last week.
So we have the
Brewery
Underground
podcast. I think is the name of the show.
Yeah, the Brewery Underground podcast. Podcast out of Nashville.
Underground.
Yeah.
I didn't get the impression that they were actually underground.
No.
Seemed like they were above ground, which was fine, but yeah.
If they were about being underground, I don't know why they haven't contacted you before now, since you are
It's true.
the authority, the documentarian on being underground.
It's been underground a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes by myself in the dark. It's very terrifying. It was not in the documentary, but very scary by yourself. For the record.
Okay. You want to talk about it?
No, I'm fine. I've compartmentalized it,
Okay.
locked it deep down. It'll like only come out in like certain moments in life. It'll be all right.
There's a key word attached to it that none of us will guess.
Yeah.
The Brewery Underground podcast, based out of Nashville. Now, one of the
Undergrounders. I think we
one
call
of the
them
undergrounders.
Yeah.
was-
Moles. Do we
was
call them
from-
moles? I feel like that's what they should call
could.
themselves.
Was from Cincinnati, and so they do travel to Cincinnati from time to time
Just for Skyline.
for Skyline, and they take in some of the craft beer since they're here
Just to wash down the Skyline.
because they're from Nashville and they have quite the craft beer scene there.
Yeah.
They have
Well, there's
10
there's
craft
that
beer options.
There's that one
Sure.
place, and
And then there's that other
Nines.
place.
there's that other
Several.
place.
They have
Oh, there's that place with they have the beer.
yeah.
I
And-
heard
the
they had
one-
a couple beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like down the street from that other.
But they get
place.
Rheingeist there. So they travel here, and one of the undergrounders,
The moles.
the moles,
Yeah. Or groundhogs. Groundhogs would work.
groundhogs.
Are they mole people or just moles?
No, I think mole people live really deep underground, like
Ah, yes, and they
in
have
the Hollow Earth.
machinery and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they plot to take over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of them is actually going to be in town when the Cincy Dads
Cincy Brew Dads!
are having an event. I think is it June 11th?
No. 18th?
June 18th. So the Cincy Dads
No.
are having an event
No.
at Third Eye. Is it Sharonville or Hamilton? To celebrate their 1 year.
Hopefully Hamilton. I don't have to go this far.
It's Sharonville. I know
Sharonville works
that.
for me.
I have
Works
to
better
go.
for me. There's a pool and a pond. Pond might work better, for you. But
They're both really about the same.
It is July 11th.
July 11th.
July
I knew it was
11th.
an 11th.
From 4 to 8 p.m. at Third Eye, Sharonville.
Sharon.
They got into this was a very well researched interview with the Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads!
In a way, it was well researched, and what I mean by that is questions were asked that the Cincy Brew Dads were going to throw up answers to that I felt they knew the answers to already.
Yeah.
However, maybe we, as avid watchers and listeners of the Cincy Brew Dads, already knew them because of that.
Yeah, it was a good introduction for people that don't know the Cincy Brew Dads to be introduced to the Cincy Brew Dads, which is the point of the episode.
I agree.
That's
I agree.
Good episode for that. We didn't really learn anything new. I don't think.
I don't think I learned too much new.
We
We ran into the Underground podcast.
you ran into him like
No, you and I and Julia
Did we?
and Josh ran into them. Do you remember there was a Reds game, and then they were hanging out with Zach, and we walked into
Oh, yeah.
darkness,
I do remember that.
and they were there.
I do remember that.
And then we said hi, and then we immediately went off into our own area. So even though Matt and Ryan mentioned us in the episode as Truth Beer Pod, thank you, Matt and Ryan, for mentioning us.
We go back a long
The
time.
Underground podcast didn't bat an eye. They didn't flinch at all, almost pretending like they didn't know who we were. But they met us.
Yeah.
We've met them.
Yeah.
So, and it was at Darkness. And they mentioned Darkness. They mentioned a lot of breweries in the Cincinnati area. They've been to many.
Yeah.
And which is great because they're great advocates for Cincinnati craft, as are the Cincy Brew Dads. Part of what they do. Now, they're not beholden to Cincy. They like to stay Cincy. They like to stay Ohio as they do their style clashes, as they do their, tastings. But they're not going to say no to good beer. So, and I feel like that is very pertinent in today's craft beer scene. What you do as a Gnarly Gnome is an
Drink
advocate
heavily
and conduit for Cincy craft. But having people in this area be as passionate about Cincy craft and willing to put out content about whatever's good that may be, in the same style or in the same vein of what it is that we produce here in Cincy, that's good. That's good. There should be a balance,
right,
of that. They also asked about what their favorite season is. Do they like Oktoberfest season? They love Oktoberfest season. Both the Brewery Underground podcast and
it's
the
the
Cincy
best.
Brew Dads. Chris, what are your thoughts on Oktoberfest season?
Oktoberfest season's more fun now than it's been in a long time, simply because there are so many styles out there right now, so many breweries out there right now putting it out there. When I first moved down here, there were like 2.
Yeah. It to me, it's like the perfect time of year. There are a lot of great times of year to drink beer, but to me, there's nothing better than that. Like in between, like fall and summer, it's hot, but then you get those cool evenings and it smells good outside. You want to sit by a fire and it's the perfect time of year to drink beer. And I say that fully recognizing that it's really great to drink a beer right now too. So
this reminds me of a topic that we did not discuss on the Weekly Pint. You talked about cigars.
Yeah.
You talked about how you're not really an aficionado.
Yeah.
You have had what you consider premium cigars.
Premium.
And other people may not know a definition of premium.
It's like premium rum.
You've had.
It was fine cigars.
Fine
cigars.
Fine cigars.
You mean fine cigars?
Chris is a cigar smoker.
Do you like fine cigars?
I've tried many, and then I have basically come down to Arturo Fuente. The Anejos specifically.
Okay.
They come out basically at Christmas time. They average between $21 and $25 per stick.
All right.
And then, frankly, I grabbed them because everyone's clamoring for the Opus X, and I find that these are so much better than the Opus X.
Yeah.
At a little bit less cost.
Both would be considered fine cigars.
They both would be
They're
considered very fine cigars.
They're fine cigars.
Yes.
I think it would be fun as the Gnarly Gnome, go out and you do your camping and your tracking of what beers you have.
Sure.
I think it'd be fun to show everybody a little glimpse of what cigars you take on the road.
Sure.
Hey, I took these cigars. I had these cigars with these beers, or I had this cigar with this beer, or I had this cigar just by the fire. This is why I thought about it.
Sure.
I think there's something there.
And frankly, cigar pairing with a beer is a very, very good thing to look at. I had last weekend. I had one that one of my friends gave me. It wasn't one of mine, so I didn't know actually which one it was. But I had a nice Whiskey Rebellion that was about 3 years old out of my cellar, and they paired together so nicely.
So the problem is I typically lean towards sweeter drinks while I'm smoking. So
Yes.
I a lot of times lean away from beer. Like I'll go into like canned cocktails and things like that while I'm actually actively smoking.
That's okay too, though. I mean, I think people would be interested. I mean, you have a following, and I think they would be interested in what you enjoy and what you enjoy with it.
Sure.
So, anyways, back to the Underground podcast. So, the Underground
people.
podcast,
The mole people.
the mole people, they're going
Back to the groundhogs.
Back to the groundhog. So, they actually, it's interesting because we have reviewed their podcast before. Mm-hmm. They have stayed usually in Oakley. They loved the old 16 Lots Southern Outpost location.
They also loved Bad Tom Smith.
They loved Bad Tom Smith.
Yeah.
And then they asked the Cincy Brew Dads their opinion of the breweries and the brewery closings. I think the Cincy Brew Dads handled it very diplomatically. Mm-hmm. First of all, they said they'd never been there to either. I would say that's fine. But I had never been to Bad Tom Smith location. I had never been to the Southern Outpost location. They didn't share any of the rumors or the things that were put out in articles, or just
The hullabaloo.
correct.
Yeah.
They didn't share any of that, and I respect them
It's a
for
technical
that,
term.
because you don't need you don't.
It's the wrong show for it. Wrong show for
It's
any
wrong
of that.
show for it.
Yeah.
And you don't need to disrespect the dead.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Are they? You think Bad Tom Smith's dead?
I think they'd like to not be.
Yeah.
I think 16 Lots is dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. For sure. But Bad Tom Smith, I don't know they're dead. It's not forever.
I mean, third time's the charm.
Depending on how you look at it, I don't know
fourth.
that. Or not.
Yeah.
Like they never died before. There was changes and evolution and.
So the other thing is that the moles,
We are the groundhog people.
They really like going to the places that they've had good experiences to in the past, which is great. But it sounds like they might be willing to sacrifice going to a place or two that's new to go back to a place or two that they liked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I get that. There's a comfort there. But what I would encourage them when they listen to this, because they're avid listeners, they listen to this podcast, mainly because Julia's on it, and you, the gnome.
Do groundhogs, do they live in dens? Like a groundhog den? What do they live in? Burrows? Burrows, dens?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Get out of your den and just kind of experience the world that's out there. Leave your burrow and experience new places. Get up north.
Yeah.
Find something. Find something new.
Well, they're already coming. They live in Nashville. They're already coming back to Cincy.
Yeah, but don't go to the same places. I would challenge them to go to all new places when you're in town.
I would challenge them as well.
Don't repeat any of them.
Don't
go
repeat
to
any
all
of
new
them.
places.
Oh, we've always liked Mad Tree Oakley.
It's great.
Okay.
It's a great spot.
It's great. By the way, it's the same as the last time.
Yeah.
Chris, if you had out-of-town guests that were
Specifically mole people.
that
mole
were
people.
beer-starved, like people in Nashville, because all they have is
Have trouble
know,
adjusting to the light because they
Yes.
live underground.
And
Yes.
they have all the. What's weird is they have no light as far as iridescence.
Yes.
They have all the light as far as beer.
Yes.
Where are you taking them? It doesn't matter.
Keep in mind they're from a city that has breweries like
That one.
that-
They've got the one.
with
There's
the
that other one
They got
too.
the brewery.
and there's the place with that food,
Yeah, and the yes, correct.
and they have that.
Yeah,
That's
and
not
the one
important.
that's got the live music.
It's not important, but
Doesn't
if
matter.
if they were coming into town,
If they were coming in town,
Yeah.
where would you take them?
So
Top 5. Give me a 6 OLI. Start at 6 OLI.
So
Outside looking in is what that means.
okay. So
Thank you.
So definitely because I mean we're going to go the opposite direction. We're going to the rooftop over at Rheingeist
ooh,
because
Okay.
that is one of my favorite places to go hang out.
you're going there first, even with their light adjustment
I mean, you
issues.
might as well go ahead
Okay.
and just shock
All right.
the crap out of them on that one.
Sure, get
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. And then from there, probably go visit Braxton. Braxton's a great place to go check that stuff out there too as well.
Great rooftop as well.
They've
Okay.
got a rooftop
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Then from there, let's see. I'm trying to think of other places that I enjoy going to that is not underground.
I mean, you can take them underground if you want.
True. I don't know that many places that are
Brooklyn
underground.
Project, and then you can go get a beer at a brewery.
Yes. I do enjoy the tap room there over at Warped Wing in Dayton, but that's a little bit of a haul
Yeah.
Well, but take them if you like. If
Yeah.
you like it.
because it is old school in there for
And
sure.
Dayton is Cincinnati's biggest suburb.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. It is. And then I introduced them to a little bit of punk rock over at Swine City and Fairfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get them some wieners.
Yeah, some wieners, definitely some
Yeah.
wieners, and every different variety of wieners there.
Speaking of Swine City, when are we going to see the butt liquor? You guys remember the butt liquor? They have this whole idea that they're going to release this this brand called Butt Liquor. That's malt liquor.
Oh yes, I'll have to check that out. I'm going to be there Friday.
Yeah,
they got
I-
trivia night there. My buddy's doing the trivia, so I'm going to be hanging out there Friday night.
Yeah, we need to find out when Butt Liquor is going to be released.
my.
I may have to. I may have to ask. I'll ask Dan on that if I see
Yeah.
him.
He's an avid listener of this show, right? Dan,
Oh yeah.
tell us
Dan-
when Butt Liquor is going to be
Dan,
released.
Yep.
In fact, let's text him right now.
Here we go. I love this when this happens on the pod.
See if he actually responds. Most people don't respond to me when I text them.
Maybe he'll respond to Chris.
Maybe if we both text him, he'll be like, "What the heck's going on?"
It's truth, beer, and consequences, my friend.
Come on, man.
You ought to know what's
you
going
are,
on.
You are live on the air right now.
No, we're
To
not
be
doing that.
to be edited and broadcast at a different
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
So was that 6? Did we get 6 from you?
I think we got maybe 5.
One more.
One more. So I do enjoy Municipal Brew Works here in Hamilton, where I
Okay.
live. They've got a great outdoor patio, especially if you can go sit under the tree there next to the river.
Talk to us about the expansion. I know a year or two ago there was the announcement that a hotel was going in, and in that municipal building, it had to be that they had to accept municipal as a tenant.
Yes.
Yes.
And there were plans to
They did just get a
renovate
a whole bunch of new funding
expand,
for that.
yes.
that as well. Is that moving forward?
Yeah,
That is moving
yeah.
forward. So I do have some contacts with some of the people higher up in the city there in Hamilton, and they do have plans, and it does look like what they'll probably be doing is they're going to be tearing off the addition to the building, which is TV Hamilton currently, and then putting a 4 or 5 story building on top of next to that. Municipal Brew Works is getting completely renovated at that point as well. I believe some parking is going into that first couple floors there. Don't quote me on that. I haven't seen the plans myself.
I've heard the same thing though. Yeah. I
But so it is exciting. I believe Hilton owns that
Yes.
as well, which they own the guys across the street basically. They basically are just trying to fill in the requirements for Spooky Nook so that we can get people to come into Hamilton instead of staying out at Westchester and driving in.
really, the entire problem still lies with Spooky Nook.
Correct.
Spooky
Right.
Nook ran into all
it's
kinds
not
of
been
problems.
finished.
Yeah.
The whole project hasn't been finished
Yeah.
as it was originally intended.
And that's kind of been slowing down all of the other development around Hamilton. People are waiting for Spooky Nook
It
to...
is, and unfortunately, a couple businesses that popped up with the thoughts, hey, this is going to be awesome, have had to close because it wasn't
This is
awesome
awesome.
as quick as it should have been.
Yeah.
But the good news is they are busy every weekend, so there are things coming. I know there's at least one more hotel renovation that's going to happen there in their old the old office building there for the old Champion Paper place when it was Champion Paper.
Yeah.
So to wrap this up, I just want to say go and listen to the Brewery Underground, the Craft Brewery Underground podcast, or watch it on YouTube. Really cool, fun show. A lot of Cincinnati ties, and the Cincy Brew Dads are planning an event.
Yes.
At,
Get there.
Third Eye Sharonville on July 11th, 4 to 8 p.m. to celebrate their 1-year anniversary. I certainly hope to be there. I
There
know
will be
Chris-
cake. I've heard there's cake.
and tubular meats as
I
well.
didn't hear that, but
Yeah, there's going to be tubular meats.
Man,
And-
hopefully short skirt and long jacket will be there as
Exactly.
well.
Yeah.
That is my favorite cake.
Chris is planning on being there. Gnarly Gnome is planning on being there. Julia Dipajosh is planning on being there.
everybody who's cool will be there.
Everybody who's cool is planning on being there, which means I probably won't be there. But if I get the chance, I will be. To wrap this podcast up, though.
For the record, first, Dan from Swine City is responding, but he's
Wow.
just been typing over and over. This is going to be a heck of an answer.
So while he's responding, let me go over the sip counts. Brewery Underground Pod 75, Cincy Brew Dads 95. Total in 1 hour and 30 minutes is 169, which means 333 ounces, which is 21.125 pints.
Wow.
Let's do it right now, other than the fact that I have to leave. Maybe next time.
Yeah, get a growler or 5 to go.
Yeah. And yes, I was using my old man peepers for that. I can see everything perfectly fine until it gets about 4 inches from my face.
It's perfect distance.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Just
Thank you. Man.
You see, Julia, as you're editing this, it's because 4 inches is it's all the distance that I
That's
need
huge. Come
from. See, like right now, if you were sitting in front of us, I would show you that 4 inches.
Yeah. Everybody, I just want you to know,
Demonstrate
first of all,
Marco's face.
Thank you to Chris, who was unannounced, showed up to hang out with us, and I just want you to know this is real. This is real. The fact that
Should I pinch you?
no,
Is that what you want right
no.
now?
I just,
Man, I'll
it's
pinch
real. We
Come here. Give me your thigh.
We truly appreciate the people that take in our content, the people that listen to us, every week, and we appreciate the time and the interest.
Oh.
Chris, thank you very much
No, thank you. I had a
For-
fantastic time.
for. This is not the first time we met. We've met before,
Yes.
and we had a good time. We were at a Gnarly Gnome event at the Chris Kendall Market.
Yes.
It was
a few months
louder.
ago. It
Yeah,
was loud.
unfortunately, my Stein is broken from that event.
As every good Stein at every event
Yes.
should get.
And I still can't
broken.
figure out how I'm part of the Stein Club anyway, so
It's way more complicated now
Yes.
because now that Stein is a collector's item.
yeah, it is. Unfortunately, it is no longer with us.
So, yeah, it's weird, but it's great to see you again. Thank you for spending some of your time this week specifically with us. Not going to go into any other detail other than that, but the fact that you chose to come and hang out with us this week to spend time means it means a lot to us because it means hopefully we've been able to participate and you having a good day.
Yes, it is definitely. When I decided last night, hey, I'm going to go check this out today, just because I had literally no other obligations today. It certainly has helped out what I'm dealing with right now.
We love and appreciate everybody, and
We love and appreciate everybody.
At the end of the day, the whole point of craft beer is to bring people together and to give people that escape, even if it's just for a few minutes. So we love and appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, and
Thank you.
cheers. Go and follow, like, and subscribe, everything. I'm terrible at this, and so cheers, everyone, and we are going to do this again next week, but next week is Kolsch Night.
Ghost Night.
So you already know what to expect if you listen to us a long time. We're going to rapid fire through what we got to do, and we're going to get over to Kolsch Night and take in all the Kolsch in our veins. And love you all. Gnome, do you have an update? All right. Very
Nothing
good.
there.
And that will be that. Everyone, cheers and have a great week. This will come out whenever the hell it comes out, because between Gnome and Julia, they will figure out Patreon versus all the common peasants that take in this content. And so,
Shout out to all the truthers.
yeah,
Truthers.
shout out to everyone. Cheers, everyone. I'm late for my ride. See ya. Bye.
Bye.